Yeah, so I had to choose myself. Because care of yourself is self-care.
You gotta stand on business.
I thought that was hilarious, man, to kick the show off, man. But our first topic of this early afternoon for some folks, maybe later, depending on where you are, it is need versus feed. Need versus feed. I'm going to go ahead and play this clip.
What you have done, you are what you have overcome.
Yes, sir.
You know, and if I've overcome something in my life, which every step of the way is overcoming. That's what growth is.
Mm-hmm.
It is sustained change.
Yeah.
That's all it is. Sustained change. So if I just keep changing and changing, but I can't sustain it, I'm not growing.
Yeah.
But you know, once I'm in my size now, I mean, I can't go back down to 5'7".
Yeah.
I used to be there, but I can't. Yeah. So I'm at a sustained growth.
Mm-hmm.
And so you have to have people around you that help to sustain that growth.
Yeah.
Always on different levels. There are people that we feed, and then there are people that we need.
Yes, sir.
And most of the time, people get off balance because they spend all of their time with people who need them and not enough time with people who feed them. That's the real key. Who feeds you?
All right, let's get into it, man. Who feeds you? Need versus feed. I'm going to go ahead and start with you first, Louise. What are your thoughts about that? What comes to mind, sir? You unmute your seat.
Need versus feed. Wow, that's a good one. I would say that it's good to be needed. At least people see your value, your inherent value, right? But I think that, too much is given, much is owed. If people are constantly removing from your cup and not pouring back in, at some point you're going to hit a certain plateau, right? I think that when you're around wise counsel, whether you're a man or woman, people that you're in your community that feed into you, right? They, give you ideas, they praise you, they let you know when you're wrong, right? But they're course correcting you for the betterment, for your personal growth. And I understand like that we're sort of in the season of selfishness, as it's been kind of promoted in a way where people are like, all about them, consumed with themselves. And some people are on their journey. But when that happens, they're expecting people to feed them all the time, right? So I look at it from that standpoint where people are constantly want that validation, that intention, that feedback, that constant close proximity, right? And sometimes they don't want to be needed. And there's the opposite where there's people that feel like they want to be needed, whether it's in whatever capacity it may be in their life, but not enough people feed into them, not enough people pour into them, right? Or spend time with them enough. People always will complain about, oh, there isn't enough time in the day. And I'd be like, well, what time are you really starting your day at? You know what I'm saying? How are you prioritizing quality times with the people that are going to uplift you, mentally, spiritually, etc., versus those that are constantly subtracting from you? And I think it's important to identify that very early because, they always say we always have two wolves inside of us, and it depends on which one you are, depends on which one you feed. Are you?
All right. That video was only 59 seconds. I need to run it back. Run it back one more time. You good? Yeah, some people say yeah. I'm going to go to Balance and then I'll run it back one more time. Go ahead, Balance.
I didn't really have anything to add to this video. I say you need balance in your life. You have to feed people and you have to also be fed. Like, I thought we all knew that, but please proceed.
Okay. So run it back. Yeah. Yeah. No. Okay. It's mighty funny because as Balance said no, then everybody was saying yeah like this. And then when Balance said, I said run it back, everybody was like this. Go ahead, Cookie.
Okay, so I'm an educator, so I had to bring work into this. Personally, when I'm at work, I'm constantly feeding. So when I'm outside of work, I become not needy, but I would prefer to be I need, and that's when I'm a lot more soft. So the balance works out for me. But I agree with the man. I think he kind of over explained it a little bit, where it's very simple that you need balance in your life, to help others and to also make sure that you're taking care of yourself, whether it's by yourself or by someone else. So that's what I feel.
I agree as well. Like as I when he was saying it reminded me of like how I am a mother to my daughter. Like I feed her, right? At the same time, I need some love too. Like, you know, I give her the love that she deserves, but at the same time, I need to have people around me who feeds into me, or yes, who feeds me. So nothing really much going on over there.
All right, go ahead, Jay.
I think it's a maturity thing. I think you identify like what your needs are and how you need to be fed, and you communicate that to other people that are surrounding you, or you build a surrounding of people that feed you in the way that you need to be fed. You know, that's something I'm sure some of us had to learn. Some of us learned it early, some of us learned it later. I think the sooner that you learn it, the better off you'll be, because you could be the type of person that all you do is feed people, and you'll be starving. And once you look around and all these people have ascended and you're left starving, and if they don't reciprocate the same way, like, it hurts, you know. I've kind of been in that way where I was like burnt out to where I had to wipe everybody out. Like, I'm gonna feed myself. My phone don't work no more. I'm not answering no calls. Like, it's about me for these next 2 years, you know, because I was burnt out on feeding.
I know Luis did say it's a selfish season, so I guess Jay just proved that point.
I know y'all heard Fabulous drop, Freestyle Friday, Selfish. I know
Yeah.
y'all heard that last week.
Yeah, I heard that.
Y'all should go check that out. It's a dope
Yeah,
track.
I wish I could play it. So, Jay, is there anybody currently in your life that feeds you?
Damn, that's a good question, man. Nah.
I was about to say, if you have to think that long, probably not.
Yeah. Not at this moment, but it's my fault. You know what I mean? It's my fault.
That's all. Your time coming, Jay. Your time coming, big brother.